All right, y'all. Time to pay those overdue book fees and brush up on the Dewey Decimal System. This. Quiet. This is the Midnight Library. Shh. Nora Seed, a 30-something British woman who's been running on emotional fumes and Spotify playlists for the past decade, decides she's done with life. And I don't mean Netflix just canceled my favorite show done. I mean legit, end of the line, time to clock out and take a dirt nap done. In one horrible day, Nora loses her job at a music shop because she can't even pretend to care anymore. Finds her cat Voltaire, named after a dead philosopher because, of course. Finds Voltaire dead in the street and gets hit with emotional napalm from her ex, her estranged brother, and a neighbor blaming her for something that she didn't even do. It's like The Purge, but for feelings. So what does Nora do? She swallows a bunch of pills and blacks out. But instead of waking up in the afterlife with Morgan Freeman giving her a TED Talk, she wakes up in a library. Not a normal one. This one glows. Time is frozen. And each book is a new life she could have lived. Welcome to the Midnight Library, a metaphysical DMV of your regrets. Who's running this celestial library? The lady who just shushed me, Mrs. Elm, Nora's childhood librarian. This lady is part Yoda, part Mr. Rogers, and part teacher who's tired of your nonsense. Mrs. Elm goes on to explain the rules of Midnight Library. There are just 3 of them. The library sits between life and death. Each book is an alternate version of Nora's life based on different decisions. Open a book and boom, you jump into that timeline like you're playing Cosmic VR. Nora's like, whoa, hold on. You mean that every what if I could have ever had is an actual reality that I can test drive? And Mrs. Elm's like, yes. Now please stop whining and pick one. This library is basically a multiverse of regret. But instead of Spider-Man, Nora's living lives where she didn't quit swimming, or didn't dump that dude, or didn't give up on her band. Think of it as It's a Wonderful Life meets The Matrix, but it's emotionally fragile. Now here's where it gets juicy. Nora starts speed running these alternate lives like a gamer with ADHD and a fast travel mod. Life number 1, Olympic Nora. In this timeline, she never quit competitive swimming. She's an Olympic gold medalist, she's got abs, she's got fans, and she probably has like 12 pairs of sunglasses. Except, plot twist, she's miserable. She's lonely, she's exhausted, and her dad, who encouraged her swimming, is dead. And he also kind of sucked. Turns out, swimming 5 hours a day doesn't fix childhood trauma. Who knew? This life is basically Instagram with a filter over the depression. Life 2, Rockstar Nora. Here, Nora's in her old band with her brother. She's a touring musician, famous, and rolling in all the clout. But her brother OD'd in this life, and she realizes her relationship with him was a little bit more complicated than she remembered. Also, her bandmates are super annoying. One of these dudes is a self-important hipster who believes Radiohead invented sadness. Hard pass. She wanted to be a star, but being famous didn't fix her regrets, just gave her better lighting. Life number 3, she's married to Dan, aka Mr. Midlife Crisis. This one's the settled down time. She marries Dan, the guy she almost married in real life, and they run a pub together. Except the pub is failing. Dan's an alcoholic, and he cheats on her with a woman named Amanda. Of course it's an Amanda. Also, Nora hates pub life. She just wanted security, not endless Guinness and resentment. Lesson here, nostalgia is a scam. Life number 4, Arctic Explorer Nora. This one is wild. She becomes a glaciologist. Yes, an actual scientist studying ice in Svalbard. It's cold, it's isolated, and oddly peaceful. But it's also lonely as hell. Like, the penguins are my friends lonely. Her partner is kind but distant, and the existential dread is now just frozen over. Cool job? Hell yeah. But it doesn't fix the hole in her soul. Now that we've explored 4 of those timelines, let's talk big picture. Nora's biggest enemy isn't Dan, it isn't Amanda, it isn't even the Grim Reaper. It's regret. The kind that chews you up from the inside and makes you think every life choice was a wrong turn. She regrets quitting swimming, not being there for her cat, fighting with her brother, breaking up with her ex, not getting her philosophy degree, and like 73 other things. This book is regret therapy with a sci-fi plot twist. You know that feeling you get when you're scrolling through Instagram and you think to yourself, man, I should have moved to Bali and been a yoga influencer? Yeah, take that and multiply it by infinity timelines. This library is a multiverse of FOMO. At this point in the story is where the light bulb hits harder than your dad's advice after 2 bourbons. In every timeline, Nora finds something wrong. There is no perfect version of herself. And more importantly, the stuff she hated in her real life, turns out a lot of that just had to deal with perspective. Her brother actually does love her, just turns out he's a bit of a mess, just like everybody else. Voltaire the cat didn't die because she was a bad owner, he had a heart condition. She wasn't a failure, she was just stuck. So she does the unthinkable. She decides to live in her original life, pills, dead cat, and all. Because finally, she wants to live. Not because she found the perfect life, but because she realized living is the point. And as she wakes up in the hospital post-overdose, she begins to write her own story, this time without needing to flip to another timeline. So what's the point of all this? This book is a big old middle finger to the idea that life is a straight line or that success looks flawless. It says that regret is mental malware. You gotta install that if you want to run smoothly. Drop the regret. Every life has a price tag, and happiness always costs something. And lastly, there is no right path, so stop doom spiraling on your past. Life isn't about making perfect choices, it's about making some choices and living through the mess. You can't undo everything, but you can change your story, one page at a time. So Gen X, you're the original life is pain, get over it generation, raised by latchkey routines and sarcasm. This book is your permission slip to drop the nihilism. You don't have to be cool about regret, just be honest. Be real, and stop living like you're waiting for the sequel of your life to begin. Millennials, you're carrying the weight of 9/11, student debt, and avocado-based decisions. You've been taught to optimize everything, your career, your life, your love, even brunch. This book is saying, hey, chill, you don't need a new job, you don't need a new city. You just need a new mindset. Gen Z, you've been raised on multiverses, mental health memes, and being terminally online. This book is your IRL therapy session, reminding you that no filter, no algorithm, or alternate timeline is going to make you love your life unless you choose to. The grass isn't greener in the other timelines. It's greener where you log off and water it. Final word. You're not stuck. You're just waiting to remember that your life still matters. Stop waiting for the perfect version of you to show up. The current you, the one with regrets and trauma and unwashed laundry, is still worthy of a damn good story. Now go out and write it. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, peace.